Yeah, you need a new skateboard?
Yeah, it broke.
I'll get you a new skateboard.
What? You? Marco said he'd give me one for free though.
Oh,
I just
okay.
gotta get a Slappies one.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Look, it's not even sitting.
Thing's cockeyed.
Blown.
There's no stopping them now, boys. We
went over the engine. We made sure all the connections were in good. Oop, that was not. But it's just sitting right there. But yeah, make sure everything was closed. You know, make sure all your connections are good, and then you can spray it down. Don't just fucking really moving.
I'm gonna get started on the outside here in a second. We'll try to check on him and.
Yeah, give me 15 minutes. We're gonna have some stuff going on here. I'm gonna.
Yep, so that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna work his magic. I think we're just about to start the time lapse. After it, I'm over here hitting these hood bolts. Already hit them once because they're pretty rusty, and that's not good. So hit them with a little bit of the rust dissolver. Not the biggest fan of this gel, depending on what you're doing, but works fine for these bolts. So I'm gonna hit them one more time, and then they'll be primed and ready for when we put on the hood. So the homie left, he'll be back. He got this engine bay dialed in. Sheesh. Still gotta fire it up. Let some of that water burn off. But I'm gonna wash the outside first real quick. Got the cleaned up hood bolts. Sheesh. About to mount up the carbon hood. Got her cleaned off like I said I would. Ooh, she's glowing right now. Minus the front. Still need to do that. But yeah. Hey, cállate. Let's mount her up. We ran out of daylight yesterday working on the IS300. I got the lower ball joint and the lower ball joints changed and got good nuts on the tie rod ends. Torqued all that down. Put the missing bolt in for the number 2 camber arm on the driver's side. And I'm going to torque both of those number 2 camber arm bolts down, but I need the suspension to be under load. So, let's see what we got. All right, we got the hood propped open right now. Battery is charging because we're going to try to drive this thing today. So the only other things I want to do is get this swapped out. I have a silicone air intake tube from Figs. I'd like to get the battery tie down on, but that's not absolutely necessary. Get fired up. Needed a little inspo with this car, so that's why I'm trying to drive it. Think it'll help me out. Plus, I'm trying to slap out. Speaker system's ready to go in this thing. We're gonna be race spec. No rear seats. Missing some interior pieces. We got that intake on though. Get ready to fire this thing up. Gonna grab some Goo Gone and get this headlight off the, or tape off the headlights. And we'll be ready. Put back the bolts where they go, just so I don't lose them and I know where they go when it's time to actually put the interior in fully. Hyped. Screwing our ball back on so you know it's getting real. You can see where I started working on the dash. Like I said, we're gonna take her for a rip, get some inspo, because a dash pull is not gonna be fun, but it will be rewarding. The battery's green, did you see that? I think it's time to give her a crank. All right, I didn't get the crank for you guys, but she fired up. It's been a long time, so she's got a high idle. She's figuring herself out. Gotta take that off of demo mode. Sounds good. Smells good. I think we're done with these. All right, everyone. Today's the day. This thing is gonna get moving. I did partial work to it, but I wasn't comfortable doing all of the arms, so it still sounded really bad when we took it out for a test drive, clunking. So I'm getting those arms, number 2 camber arm, lower control arm, ball joints, and tie rods all put on. I already put on the ball joints though, but they're gonna have to take them off anyways and put them on again. So yeah, they're gonna do that for me, and a 4-wheel alignment. Thing's gonna be ready. But yeah, I'll try to, I'm gonna be putting the clips together. I have no idea where we're at on this car. We've done so much stuff, so. And here's how she sits today before we get her loaded up on the truck. Carbon hood's done. Waiting for that suspension to be done. Everything's loaded up in the trunk. Big hype. That was cool. Just got it dropped off at Clarence Brown Alignment here in Kearney Mesa. Yeah, it wasn't too bad, honestly, the drive. So they showed up without a flatbed, and I was like, no way that's going down. And the guy just tow driver decided to follow me all the way here. Cool. We'll see it, everybody. It's the next day. We got the front arms done with new fresh bushings on it. We got outer tie rods done, lower ball joint, and a 4-wheel alignment. So she's been running pretty good. The only thing is, I of course have developed a clunk in the rear somehow, and it's almost not a clunk anymore. I think it's just because the rear sway bar mounts, the rubber mounts aren't greased up enough, and so there's a lot of drag and friction and binding, and then it kind of binds and unbinds when you go under a serious articulation, only in the rear. Other than that, safe to say we burned most of the rust off the brakes, and she's riding really good up in the front. Feels super good with the carbon hood. The next thing I'm ready to do is to fix my climate control because it's been raining and I want defrost. So I've got a brand new unit, stupid clean. I mean, I have a clean one in there, but it's really hard to find a clean one online, and I unboxed this. I've had it for a long time, haven't even checked it out. Stupid fresh. So once I get that done, I've just been riding race spec. Deleted interior, but I do want to get that back in there because it's just so nice and quiet, and I need all my functions, you know, ashtray and whatnot. So stay tuned because I'm going to put all that stuff in. It's going to be sick. For now, just trying to see what this, if we can work through this issue. Might just lubricate itself and go away. Who knows? Probably not. But yeah. That's all. We're going to enjoy the car, go for a drive tonight. Oh yeah.
And dash with 997 original miles.
He's distracted. But we got this bottom piece off. Gotta hit those bottom bolts.
We're setting up here. Come on. So you're gonna hold it.
Get after it.
Oh wow, how did that work for you but not me?
Alright, you guys. I wanted to get a clip of the car driving. She's running really good. We just have a weird tension issue in the back, I think, with the rear sway bar. You'll probably hear it when we pull out. Sounds pretty bad, but it's only when you're like turning out of a driveway, so. There, you heard it?